Good evening, Bobcat fans, and welcome to Coach's Corner. I guess we're just sitting here, Coach, talking about what's going on, and Mike Russell's walking around, and all of a sudden he said, watch out, it's coming on. I tell you, they caught us by surprise tonight, but anyway, we're proud to be here with the Coach's Corner, and we've got with us tonight Coach Robbie Smith, our line coach, Coach Jamie Riggs, head football coach, and Coach, Friday night, we had good effort. You know, last week you told me to say, but I know again we made mistakes. That hurts us again. You said we're going to have to overcome those, but I tell you, I don't think we can say anything bad about the effort that we had Friday night.
Well, we were kind of, you know, from a personnel standpoint, we were a little outmanned the other night, but we told our players all week we felt like we needed to do something that we could build on the rest of the year. We were starting the second half of our season. The first thing we'd like to build on is a win. If we couldn't get a win, then at least let's go up there and play with a lot of courage and play tough and play for 48 minutes. And I think we did a better job of those things. We had some guys, I thought, Friday night who played with a lot of guts the whole ball game, and we did do some good things. We slowed them down some on offense. We didn't completely stop them, and we moved the ball some on offense, but never did get the breakaway run that we needed or the great big play. But particularly, I thought in the second half we at least fought with them as hard as we could fight the whole time, and that gives us something to build on the rest of the year.
We got in there close again, didn't put it in the end zone, and that means a lot. But what about that big running back? I said all the kids talk about, they had some big backs in the coach. That's hard to hit on.
He's about as big a one as I've seen, and you know, we had some of our guys stand up there and hit him in the mouth, knock him down a few times. That's not easy to do, and then sometimes it took 7 or 8 of us to get him down. But we fought him, and that's what we wanted to do the whole way. And you know, when you get a big back like that, you just have to get a lot of people to the football and do the best you can to get him down.
Well, Coach Smith, we're happy to have you with us tonight, and before we get started talking about responsibilities and what you're responsible for and all, I would like to say one thing about, I got one little complaint about one person around your household. A little old girl up there that's, I guess she's about in the 9th grade, that every day down the hall or something, she's giving me a lot of trouble, and I want you to know if you can handle her where that she won't be giving me so much trouble every day.
Well, Randy, you're talking to the wrong person now. She is her mother's daughter.
Oh.
You need to talk to that little girl's mother.
Well, that might
she
be
can handle that situation for
you. Well, I know every day Anna, we're talking about Anna Smith, and she'll come down the hall, and she just kind of gives me a lot of static every day, and so I wonder if you could control her a little bit each day.
I'll send a note to her mother.
All right.
And see if she can handle that problem for you.
Very good, Coach. I have a kid, and that's a sweet little girl. I really do enjoy talking to her every day. Coach, we would like to go ahead and let you go ahead and tell what responsibilities and all you have with the Bobcats.
Well, primarily I work with the defensive front, the down lineman, and I call the defensive signals, if that's what you can say, that we've been doing this year. It doesn't look like I do much, and most of the time I don't, but I work with the down lineman primarily.
Well, you know, we've had this year, our defense maybe started a little slow, first game or two, then it came on strong. We've kind of been up and down, but then again, as we was talking this weekend, and all the teams seem to be making the big plays on us. We have them in a hole, we have things that's going our way, and then all of a sudden we give up the big play. But the defense will get after you.
Well, that's true, Randy. And, you know, most any defensive football team is going to get after you. But we're proud of the way most of our kids have played, and a lot of people don't understand. When you have a lot of inexperienced people on defense, you're going to naturally give up a big play. And you look in our secondary, and we've got 2 people that are very inexperienced, a 9th grader most of the time. And then our down linemen don't have the greatest experience in the world. We've got one man that starts on defense that's played last year. And then we've got some inexperienced people, and the injuries have forced us to move some people around. So I'm proud of the way that they've done so far.
Well, I am too. Well, we've, you know, I know that we haven't won, but we still, like I said, Friday night now, the effort, we can't really complain about that. Coach Riggs, we seem to have maybe 1 or 2 might be back this week. Will you kind of go into a little bit of our injuries, how we stand now?
Well, we got a lot of people beat and banged up and that are going to play anyway. And we've, you know, Malcolm Brunger's still out with he's got a little shoulder separation. He'll be out for another week or so. And some of our guy, Mike Solomon's back. He'll be ready to go this week. And we held Gary Harrell out the other night, kind of helped his shoulder a little bit. He should be ready to go. And, of course, Chad came back last week and played, and we got Reggie Hightower has an injury to his thigh right now that's holding him out. We hope maybe we'll get lucky and the magic healing power will show up at his house this week. But we're kind of short in the backfield a little bit, and we just hope maybe we patch up enough folks to get by up in there, and we feel like that maybe our offensive line is finally starting to come around and do some things we know they're capable of doing. And if we can get that going, then maybe we got a chance to move football Friday night a lot better than we've been doing in the past.
Well, our running back situation Monday at practice was pretty slim, wasn't it?
Well, we about out of backs. It's just that time we didn't have many to begin with, and it's just that time of year. As year goes on, you get kind of bummed up with a shoulder or a thigh or whatever it is. And we're just at the point we kind of having to move people around. Everybody's having to learn a place or two, but we'll have somebody that we can turn around and hand it off to Friday night.
Okay, Coach, we'll get right into the ball game after these words. All right. Oh, never mind. Okay, Coach, this is stands and all at Friday night's ball game in Greenville, and I couldn't really tell to start with whether we was live on the air here or Mike was kind of pulling our leg or not, but had a good crowd at Greenville Friday night.
Well, we did have, we've got a good crowd that follows us and has hung with us all year there, and we just hope we're going to give them a little more here and there to cheer about as time goes on there. And that looks like, cheerleaders and all making line for us as we come out. Greenville doesn't have the best dressing facilities. They have the same dressing facilities they've had since
in 1901.
for quite a while, and don't have mud, so we more or less have to get out there and what used to be the old tennis court here and just get dressed and have your seat out there. And our captains for the ball game were Brad Good and Chad White. It was Chad's first ball game, second ball game of the year, and Brad Good, who the week before played a real good football game for us. Brad's playing offensive guard and defensive back for us, and we came out and I was a little concerned when we were warming up, and it looked like we missed kickoff there. I was a little concerned we were warming up and whether or not we were ready to play, but we come down here, we don't get a good kickoff, and then we come, first thing we do is come up here and jump off sides. And we start the football game like we have so many this year backed up. We're on the 7-yard line. That's not where you want to be. But credit to our players. Finally, we do something. We make up first down and get this thing out of here. Come back first ball and hand the ball off to Reggie Hightower and get a game about 4 yards there and staying good. And OBT lead them up inside. We had changed some schemes up and things we thought might hurt Greenville's defense, and it made us stand good and do a good job running the ball and finding a hole to run in up there. He run over there behind Jamie DuBose and
the right side of the line came off real well.
Yeah, we came off football well right there. That was Jamie DuBose, David Kirkland, Stephen Fuchs over there, and we get a good gain up there. But we thought we had some schemes that might hurt them, and our guys executed them. And regardless of what kind of schemes you got, if they don't execute, then it doesn't, the job doesn't get done. And we come back all hand off, stand good in there, and get a gain of about 2 yards. Greenville is really quick on defense, and they got some real tough hitters. And it's kind of one of those things that situation we're in. You got to either get with it. And we run tall sweep there, we don't make a block on the end. It's one of those things, you either get in there and get with it and hang in there tough with them and play them tough, or they're the kind of team that, if you let them get the upper hand on you, they'll put a walk on you in a hurry. And we come back, run a little trap play up inside and gain about 4 yards. We'll face with a third down play here and try to hang on to the football. But they got a good football team, and if they catch you down, they'll really stick it to you a lot of times. And, our players just did a good job getting in there nose to nose and playing with them, I thought, the other night. And after Reggie Hightower ripped up in there for the first down, Reggie is just a freshman, and he really had a terrific ball game the other night. Just on both sides of the ball, he ran well, and he played defense well, and he's getting better and better every week. Come back, run a little trap play up inside and gain about 3. with our fullback. But he's getting better every week, and that's the kind of thing you want to do. And real proud of the way he ran the ball the other night. So I tell you, it's nice. It makes Harry run the ball hard up inside. Again, you know, from an offensive line standpoint, it's nice to know that when you block someone, that back there's going to get at least as many yards as you have blocked for. And in most cases, the first guy doesn't generally get ready down. In most cases, he's going to get more yards than what we blocked, and that's great. And run off tackle, they missed a play on the block on the down man, and he made the play there. Their down people were really quick, and that was a third down play. So we at least got the ball out in midfield. We had to pump. We got a kind of a low kick, but we got a great roll on it, so we backed them up inside the 20. It goes out of bounds there. And so, you know, we're proud at least start the beginning of the ball game that we in a hole, and we got the thing out of the hole and put them inside the 20 there.
It's a big game there, about 80-yard game, really. You can call it a game.
They come back, they run a trap play here, and we got a really weird penalty called on this.
That was my neighbor Brad making that tackle, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in there on the play there. But we got an unusual penalty called on us here in a minute. They called one of our linebackers for holding. It was a real unusual thing. That, you know, there's that big rascal. That's Judd Booth hitting him over there and getting him down. William McTeary in on that tackle right there. I tell you, our defense fought them all night long, and you know, our kids did. We had worked hard against their offense. They have an unusual offense, a lot of misdirection. I think our kids, the main thing I was proud of is that we fought them, and that our kids really tried to do what we have to do, and that's a terrific play by Brad Cassidy. Brad had a great game.
He made a good play that time. He stood him up. Good Booth coming in.
Coach Smith, I know Brad's come a long way since the beginning of the year.
Brad's probably made as much progress as anybody we've got on our football team this year. He's really doing a good job for us.
He's playing kind of bummed up. There he is again doing his job and tackling a dive back, and they fumble a pitch out there and don't get a gain there. But you know, one thing, looking back over the film from last week, is that I tell you, every time they snap it, Brad generally is doing two things. He's going hard as he can go, and he's trying to do his job. And when you do that, then the good things happen to you. You're getting good pressure on a passer, and they make a good throw and catch there, and we just a little bit behind him there, and that's good execution on their part. They're a little bit quicker than us, and that's Johnny Leonard trying to make the cover there. They just beat us to
big play.
Yeah, big play again, but at least we got him on the ground, make them snap it again. That's important. And there's about 5 or 6 of us getting the big boy down there. You know, he's a big guy, but he's not real quick off the start, but once he gets going, he runs pretty good. And they come back here and run a sweep. Good job by Brad Gooden there of knocking interference down, but we let him outside, and Chad White and OBT get in on the, Reggie Hightower, I believe, get in on the tackle on the side over there. So they got the ball down here, down about the 20-yard line. Again, we need a big play, and we jump off sides and give them 5 more. And we got to be a little more disciplined than that. That's just not thinking. We got to be a little more disciplined and go on the football. That's what we're taught to do. And if we're going to win football games down here in the second half, we got to start doing things a little better. And we don't get out on the pitch and they score. And I tell you, this Friday night, we're going to play an offense that's going to run the option and pitch it a lot. And we sure better do our job. If we don't do our job, then we're going to allow them to run up down the field on us. And we've been working hard on our responsibilities this week, and I hope we're going to do a whole lot better job than we did the other night. But, you know, they score, and there's a minute 44 seconds left in the first quarter, and the score is 7-0. One of the things we felt like we needed to do to hang in the ball game with Greenville and maybe give us a chance to win in the second half was we felt like we had to hang on to the football offensively and not keep giving it to them. They had the Peterson boys, one of the probably most explosive backs around, and we were real concerned about him getting the ball, and so we felt like we needed to hang on to the football. That's Les Sanders, our quarterback, over the ball there. We come back. Tell you, we don't make much there, but old Reggie will rip that thing up in there where there's a hole in there or not. He ends up moving the whole pile. Sometimes he'll make a couple of yards, but there's not anything there. We basically started the same crew we had been started with an exception or two. That's a good run there on the sweep by by Reggie. We started Stephen Fuchs at center, John Donaldson at one tackle.
All right, Coach, we're going into the second quarter now. We're having a punt.
We're having a punt. Good snap back there by John Donaldson. We punt the football and don't get the roll that we got there before. And the thing rolls over there on the left hash mark. The Greenville gets it again.
Coach, at that first quarter there, though, now one big play they made, and the way we moved the ball very easy could have been a 0-0 after the first quarter, or even possibly 7-0 our way.
Well, then we knew we needed to control the football and keep it away from them. We felt like that we had a chance to move the football on us, even though we've had some offensive problems this year. We just felt like, I just felt like going to the ball game, we were going to move it on them, and we did. And that great play right there, good lick up in there. I think that's Chad White, Coach.
Right, Chad White.
We just felt that, and we felt like if we could keep from giving them a big play on offense, and maybe if we hold our mistakes down like that, if we could hold our mistakes down, that maybe we would Greenville would make some mistakes which they have, fumble football some. And the difference is nobody seems to want to fumble this year for us. And we hit them and forced one down there, but they fumbled one other one and got right back on it.
And it's 3rd and 6. And the 5-yard penalty made it 3rd and 1.
Yeah. And, that's just, we've got to start doing a better job of those things. Seems like each week we have a little more breakdown than the week before or something different.
Good pressure.
And they come back here and get a little pressure on him. He overthrows and tied in again. But anyway, Randy, that's kind of what we had hoped to do. We could move the ball, maintain the ball, not give up the big play, and hope maybe we could make some licks, and they might fumble the ball. Bradcast, that's a really good play. He pulled a guy, stood him up. The guy's much bigger than him. He pulled him down on top of him, which is what you want to do. That's what he gave him down. But we felt like, that would be our opportunity to win the football game. And they come right here. Really good play by their quarterback right there. Our end and linebacker played just like they're supposed to, and our linebacker just overrun the play just a little bit and see. Probably a quarterback with average quickness, we probably make a play on that one really quick. And he stepped inside. He made a better play there than us, and it was out executed us. And, they come back, run a trap up inside, get a little gain off of it. And we gave up a few, we gave up 2 or 3 passes that we shouldn't have the other night. They busted a couple of sweeps on us for good games. And the quarterback pulled the ball out 1 or 2 times, made a good game. But mainly, other than that, they just trying to ram a fullback up in there 3 or 4 yards at a time. And sooner or later, we got to stop him somewhere and make him turn the football over. They come back here and run the option. And the quarterback gets loose there, and we get him down in there on the 6-yard line. And they had not run the option very much to that side. And they came out in the football game and started running it to that side a lot. And we had kind of moved our defense over to the other side, so we had to get our defense back and make some adjustments and hold it down. We did a much better job of it in the second half. And, Randy, right now we're having to play a lot of people both ways, and one of the problems people don't think about is that during a football game, you need to make some defensive adjustments. The offensive adjustments are difficult to do because your players on the field all the time. And they run off tackle there and get down close inside. That's one of the problems that Skip playing a lot of people both ways.
You can't talk and make the adjustments you need to on the sideline.
Well, you have to do most of them. Yeah, most have to do most of them at halftime or send a message here or there. And they run, and we jam him up in there good. He just overpowers us there, didn't like much, and scored a touchdown. And they'll kick the extra point here, take the lead 14-0.
And a penalty there on 3rd down and 6 could have been the difference in them having a punt and keeping the drive going.
Well, you never know which play is going to be the play that, what you need is one big play of somehow to stop a drive, whether it's a negative play or, force a fumble or, if they have a penalty or something, something like that will stop their drive sometime. And so it's why you play hard all the time. You never know which play is going to be the one that's going to make it happen. We're going to take the football and drive it down some. Now we come back, miss an assignment there on 1st down, and they make a play at the line of scrimmage. And Greenville's very much like they have been in the past. I don't They're probably not quite as big on defense as they have been. But they've got some good football players. We come run tall sweep, do block out there by staying good, and Reggie rips that thing outside and makes first down there.
Dan took his man right on out that time, didn't he? Good block.
Well, he did. What they did, they started running the cornerbacks in hard, and it's just a matter of getting your eyes up and making a block on him, and that'll create some seams sometime, and that's what we wanted to do. They run, we try to run our fullback off tackle there, and they make a play after about a yard gain. Greenville has a good football team. They still we come run a power play up in there, ran that thing up in there, a good 3 or 4 yard gain, but about 5 yards that time. They feel like that, as the season goes on, they're going to get a little better, and they think they have an opportunity to go and do things in the playoffs, and they certainly got a lot of good players. We screw up there, and I tell you, that's a terrific play on really two people's part there. We ran the sweep over there, and we didn't make the block on the down man, and he grabs Reggie about the line of scrimmage. And instead of going down, he decided to stay on his feet, and he ended up making a good gain. And OBT stayed with his block all during that time. We come back here, and good hole, rip the thing, but we lay it on the ground, and they recover it. And, Randy, that's just when you're 0-5, and that's what happens to you sometimes. Seems like when you get something going in formal football, and we just got to gain some more mental toughness. I've been pleased with our kids' practice first 2 days this week of being tougher. And
Johnny's got a load right here.
Johnny's got a load. He looked like one of those, you just watch that calf roping on the rodeo down there. He looked like
Saturday morning.
That looked like a big old bull he had rolling in the calf. He got him down on the ground.
Looked like we almost broke that dive, too, when we fumbled.
Well, it was a little old trap play we had been running, get behind us over there again, and we just don't quite get there and make the play. And, again, we give up a big pass play, and there's not a whole lot of time left in the half. We give up a big pass play, puts them in scoring position again, and, we've got to cut out those big plays, and especially a team like Greenville, if you can cut out their big plays, they generally, you're going to be in a football game because they're not going to just rip you running the fullback up in there. They may score, but it's going to take them 12 or 15 plays to score with him running at 3 or 4 or 5 yards a lick. And if you'll control their big plays, then maybe you'll have a chance to get turnover somewhere. That good play, good lick. I remember that in the ball game over there, good pop. Looked like Chad White over the top there. Real pleased to have Chad back playing for us. He got over his sickness. This is his first ball game, and he played. And thought he did well considering the condition he's missed. And they come back and just get in the end zone. And he fumbled the football after he got in there. And, we're down again. Here we are. We're down 21-0 at the half. And I think the big difference here in the football game was that we came out with a different attitude about things in the second half. Last week we were 14-3 behind Geneva, and they scored, made it 21-3, and seemed like our whole attitude towards the game changed, but that didn't happen. Our kids came back down.
All right, Coach, we're ready to go into the second half now. Score 21-0 Greenville, and we're kicking off.
Well, good kickoff over there by Jamie did what we wanted to, put it over there in the corner. We run by the darn guy, and Chad White makes a play over there. And I'm glad he made it. Tell you, he had a little seam up in there. So they get the ball here on the 27-yard line to start out with. And, they come out. Great play there by Brad Cassidy to play the option there. And then Brad Good and Judge Booth finished him up from behind down there. And really an excellent play. And come back out there. Brad made several big plays in the ball game. Come back, run a trap up in there, and busted up in there. And we get him on the ground over there. Sonny Messer gets him on the ground. You can tell when Hightower was in on the play because you can't ever see his number. All you see is a streak come up through that coach Smith.
That's right. That's the way I know when I put tackles down, whether it's Reggie.
And come back, run the fullback up inside. Judd stacks him up in there.
Stood him up good that time.
Stood him up in there, and that makes, if I'm not mistaken, makes the fourth down. They had to punt football, which is exactly what, if you remember last week we played Geneva. 14-3 at halftime. We came out and let them score to open the second half, but here we hold them. That's what we need to do, get the football back and see if we can drive it down. And today we get real fortunate here. We mishandled the punt, and OB fought for this one and got it back. And when it first went down, there's no way I thought we was going to get it back. And I tell you, that's just part of fighting. He fought for it and he got it back. And you never know what's going to happen under that power. You better get up under there and fight, because most generally they're going to give it to the guy that comes up with it. And that other guy may have it, but if you take it away up under that foul, that'll be all right. We missed a linebacker on the backside there coming through, and I tell you, that's one of the quickest linebackers I ever seen. He's standing back there in 4 yards and run through the backside and make some plays. That's not an easy thing to do. Come back, run the sweep, get a little seam up in there, and a couple of good blocks over there on the strong side, and get a good gain and a first down there. A sweep. You're generally not supposed to be able to sweep a team like Greenville, but we had planned to run off tackle some and then try to make their ends close down and to play the off tackle hole and then try to run it outside. They stand good, and that's a hard couple of 2 yards there he made.
He kept twisting and turning to get the extra yardage.
Well, that's what you got to do, and fight for that thing. You never know. Big difference. You may be 6 inches short of the first down. You never know. You won't always fall forward and see if you make that extra 6 inches. Come here and throw the football, and Les does a good job of bringing the ball, pulling the ball down and running it, making a good gain. And, the best thing right now, we're making positive yardage every time and coming off football pretty good. And, Randy get encouraged here. Again, and that's one guy trips him up there. We'll still get about a 4.5, 5 yard gain on the play. But, Randy, we get, when things start going good a little bit, it starts snowballing a little bit, and you start feeling good about yourself. And then you start blocking a little harder and running a little harder and executing a little better. And, we've got to be mentally tough enough to do that all the time. Good job of stepping up the pocket and throwing. And
good catch. Good
catch by Johnny Leonard. And thank you to see our folks on the sideline over there yelling and staying with us. And cheerleaders really done a good job. I would think it's not an easy job to be a cheerleader all the time, particularly if you hadn't had a lot of wins to cheer about. But I hope they're going to get some things to cheer about here in the second half if they can have the enthusiasm they've had up to now. I can hardly wait to see what happens when we whip a couple people and get things going. So we have football here. We running out of power eye again, hand the ball off to Reggie Hightower, and good blocking up in there by David Kirkland, Merrill Culverhouse, and off tackle over there, Jamie Dubose. And I tell you, we got a penalty there too, and so, we're down here now on about the 22-yard line with a first down. Come back, run a little trap play up inside, and again, we get a good gain there, about 5 yards. And, one of the best things I thought we did the other night, we had some good first down plays. Kind of tell you, when you're over there trying to call offensive plays, it really helps to come back. There's a tall sweep again. We're just short of the first down. It really helps things over there when you got 2nd and 4 or 2nd and 5 instead of 2nd and 10.
A lot easier to pick up that first down when you pick up good yardage on.
Well, it does, and it allows you to open things up a little bit because, like in this situation, you still have 2 downs to make the 4 or 5 yards. We come back here and run off tackle and make our first down. And so we've got a first down inside the 10-yard line, about the 9. Come back, try to run a sweep again. We don't make the block down there on the down man, and they make the play. And I think we might have lost just a little bit. It was real close to the line of scrimmage there. Well, we made about, didn't make much, made just a little bit. We come back here and run the option and cut up inside, and we get the ball down to about the 4. And for a good game, about 4 yards down there. And we had been running the dives and all up inside and not pull the ball out. And we pull the ball out, so we sitting down here, really down here on about the 3.5-yard line. It's 3rd down. We come back, run the option, pull it out, and they make a good play. We dive up inside and get it back down to about the 3. So we're facing a situation where it's 4th and 3. We call timeout, decide we need to throw the football here on 4th down. we knew they'd be looking for the run. They stacked up in there. Our kids really did a good job allowing us to throw this ball and protect. And we had him open over there. We just didn't quite get football to him. And that's just one of those things that, next time I believe we're going to get the football to him. We had them both open quick, but we just didn't quite get it there. So they get the football back. There comes that big fullback. Coach, there's that streak again, making a tackle.
Yeah, that's right. Anytime you get a play out there to Reggie, he's going to come up quick. We let him out of the hole here too, Coach. We kind of let up a little bit.
Well, the thing was stack them up good right there. The thing about it, once you get somebody in a situation where we go for it on fourth down near the goal line, we don't make it. The only good thing, I guess, that comes out of that is if you can hold them right there and force them to punt down there, then you'll get good field position and a chance to take it in again. And so we gotta maintain field position, because field position is so important in everything you do. And so that ends the third quarter, and still the same score we had at halftime. Sweet play here, and we might miss a tackle or two there, and get him on the ground. Finally, get him on the ground on the sideline over there. But that's a couple of sweeps. We let him out the hole on during the ball game. Just a matter of we didn't get up over there in the secondary and contain the play. Our linebacker did a pretty good job of reading what was going on, but there's nobody there to contain the play, and they supposed to turn them back into him. So they come back here and throw the long pass out there and don't quite make the reception there. And that's Reggie had some leg problems there. He got up in a hurry and got on the sideline there. Greenville generally stays in two tight ends. They'll run a split in occasionally. Come back, run a sweep again, and we don't get up there on the pitch again. And again, this Friday night we face a team that's going to do a lot of that, and we've got to do a better job being disciplined about our assignments and doing a better job of executing. We worked hard on them already this week, and I think we're going to do a lot better job.
T.R. Miller been watching this film too, I'm sure. Seen the film, and
I imagine they'll be ready to pull the ball out and pitch it over there. And we better get somebody to look at guy up over and hit him in the mouth. And I don't know who we're going to put over, who's going to get the job done for us. Somebody's going to have to over there. But that's part of when you play an option team. The other thing about playing an option team is, you've got to force them into some mistakes because, when they handle football that often, and hang on there, get him down. When they handle a football and pitch around and read it, and as much as they do, then they're subject to make some mistakes. And, you just hope that you can attack them good and force them to make some mistakes like that, and not allow them to dictate everything that goes on. And that's generally what we try to do when we run against an option team. Come back, throw a pass here again, good pressure on the backside by Brad Cassidy, and forces a fumble.
Well, Brad had two plays in a row last time. He's like last one getting up off the play.
Brad is he made a couple plays for losses the other night and forced the fumble there. And the thing I was proud of, as I said, looking on the film, is that he's trying to do his job and he's doing it hard every time. And we expect him to play real good for us again this week. And again, we run up inside there, run a little trap play up inside, and we'll be doing a good job running it to daylight up in there. And, I tell you, Randy, one other thing that I like about our football team, we've done a little bit better here. We come run tall sweep and don't make much that time. We're still, we got a lot of kids that are tough, and we're trying to find the kids that want to play and they're going to work hard. And it was obvious the other night we played a lot tougher than we had been playing, and we're trying to surround those real tough people with some other good folks we think will do a good job for us to call interference there. And but one thing I'll say about our football team the other night that had not been true a lot the other part of the years, I thought we hung in there together a lot the other night. And when we did something good, they were telling each other about it, and that's what you've got to do. You've got to do those things and stick together as a team, because if you'll stick together, I don't care what happens. And real good run up inside there off tackle. And if you'll stick together, then generally whatever happens, you'll be able to handle it.
Well, Coach, like you say, if you stick together in the last few weeks in the school, talking to all the players and everything, they want to win hard, and I think they're sticking together. And I still, those words you said, something good's going to come about it. If they'll stay together, something good's going to happen. Good passing catch there.
Well, it really was a good throw, stepping up in there, and Johnny Leonard caught that thing. He's good at putting those feet down on the sideline over there. But you're right, Randy, and I'll tell you this: we got 4 football games left. We're gonna beat somebody we're not supposed to beat. And I hope it begins this Friday night, because I don't think after ripping that football up in there, I tell you, we're going down to play Miller this week over in Bruton. It's their homecoming, and they playing a football team that hadn't won a game. And I tell you, if there's ever a case to give somebody some overconfidence, I think we've done that. And you want to see a good run, that's probably about as good about a 3 or 4 yard run as I've seen in a while, to put his hand down, really learning to do things right over there. But we've still got things stacked up against us, but we're going over there with every intention of whipping T.R. Miller Friday night. And if we can find enough folks with a good run right here, Les does a good job pulling that thing down and gets all the way down there inside, looked at about the 2 yard line. But we're going to go take a good shot at those people, and I think we're going to come off football and block there, and we have. I'm pleased about what we've got done on defense this week, and I'm looking forward to going over there and playing. And I think our players are too, and I hope we can represent our school better than we have. And I hope that when we get through playing Friday night, the people go over there and follow us will be proud of what we've done on the field. And tell you, if we play the way we're capable of playing and play with courage for 48 minutes, I think they'll be proud of us. And some good blocking right here.
Bingo.
And staying good and blocking up in there. And I know Dubose and Culverhouse and that crew over there did a good job of sealing things off. And we scored. We had an extra point block. That has not happened to us. And I think it's just a matter of everybody being too slow and not concentrating enough on what's going on. And believe me, we have no intention of that happening again. So we score and make it 21-6. And so we kick off here, and they kick first one out of bounds. And Greenville got all kind of problems trying to line up over there. I think they had some other guys in the ball game or something. And I don't know what the official's waiting on. We kick this one up, and that's kind of what we want to do. We didn't want to kick it out of bounds right there. And we come back, kick the next one down there, and do a good job of getting him on the ground. We'd been having some problems with our kickoff coverage, so we went to a kickoff like this, trying to pin them over there in the corner a little bit. Jamie does a pretty good job of getting the ball up high where we can run down. And he kicks this one over in that third in the corner over there, and we get kind of pinned up over there. Sonny Messer fighting over there, trying to take on the block and get him down. And I believe that Brad Cassidy got in on the play again.
But Brad told me he had a sore shoulder. He's made enough tackles to have one Friday night.
Well, he had Load looking at him all night long. That boy weighed about 230 pounds, and Brad weighs a good 165.
There's a big boy running again. We got several people got kind of bummed up there, and we're trying this week to get our work done, and you got to work out there and practice, and it's hard. You won't want to get anybody hurt, but you got to get out there and get some work done. If you don't, you're not improving yourself. And so anyway, there's not much time left in the ball game, and we didn't want Greenville to score here, and we hanging in there tough, and we come back here, and we do the wrong thing, had a person going the wrong way, and good effort over there by OB and Johnny to try to get the guy down, and we just missed an assignment on defense. You just can't do that against an option team, and they celebrating, having a good time over there, and I tell you, I don't like that too much. I hope that we're going to get a chance to do some celebrating there for long. It's been a long time coming. Our players want it. We've all worked real hard this week to try to make it happen on Friday night, and it's I told you last week, we didn't give up the ship by any means, and I think our players are showing that to us in practice. Our coaches are working hard, putting a lot of time, and we're putting a lot of time in our plan of beating TR Miller. We just think we have a chance to do it, and we're trying to put a lot of effort into that, and I hope everyone will recognize that, and we have a screw up there again on the kickoff. we hope people will recognize that and hang with us. And she's going to be sweet when she gets there. I hope she gets there in a hurry.
I think it's going to come this week myself. I'm looking forward to going to T.R. Miller, and I've been trying to think of a good place to eat down there. If you're from that area, my wife and young'un likes to eat.
It's not a good place to eat down there, Randy, to be perfectly honest. They don't, that's...
In other words, we're going to be without food right now?
You got your Hardee's and your McDonald's over there, and
well, my wife will be...
That's about it over there. You got a couple greasy spoons, and they're not even...
Well, as much as my wife likes to cook, she'll probably want to cook before we leave anyway. I don't mind she'll be wanting to eat out. She loves to get in that kitchen and turn that stove on and clean those pots and pans.
Well, all them jokes you've been telling about her cooking must not be true then, huh?
Coach, you might be getting me in trouble there.
We come back here on third down and try to throw the pass, and it's incomplete. So, not a whole lot of time left, but we're way deep in our territory. We decided we'd go ahead and punt the football and punt it to Greenville and see if our defense bow up, keep from scoring there. We don't particularly like to be punting in our own end zone, but you have to do that sometime. That's part of the kicking game. We get a good snap, and Les boots that thing out of there. We get a good roll and get it up close to midfield. But I tell you, Greenville's an interesting place to play. The stands real close, and their field's a lot better than it used to be. It's come a long way.
But the dressing facilities has
well, they still have a way to go there, and I think they built them a new facility at their school for, I think, a new weight room, dressing room, that kind of thing. But they still don't have much facilities at their stadium. They kind of similar to us. I think they very seldom go to their stadium, I think, except maybe on Thursday or go to the ball game or for the ball game or something. So they don't put any money into their facilities that they have over there. And but it's not a great place to dress or anything like that. But I guess it's adequate, just certainly not as nice as some others that you see here and there. But the kids do a good job of not letting Greenville score here and getting him down on the ground, and he tight roping the sideline down there. We look like some of us thought he's already out of bounds. You got to go get him till he's down or till that whistle blows. And that's part of fight. No, I don't care. I've seen so many teams that get down somewhere and they just at the end of the ball game, they just let somebody walk in there and score again like they don't care. And I never did understand that. I never did understand how, if you have pride in yourself as a football player, that you can't care that they score. And I was proud of our folks for hanging in there tough and fighting down there and not letting them score down here at the end. Like I said, we hope we can have something we can build on. And, we lost 28-6, but I saw some good things. We're going to try to take those and build on them and get ready.
All right, Coach, we're back now, and we got T.R. Miller this week, and it's going to be a good trip. I know from Andalusia to T.R. Miller seems like it's a long way at times, a little crooked road, but we're going to leave in plenty of time to get down there and have us a good ball game. Coach Smith, we playing T.R. Miller in Bruton this week. What do we need to do to win?
Well, Randy, what we need to do to win this football game is get jaw to jaw and grit our teeth and change the line of scrimmage.
All right, explain that to me now.
That means if we're on defense, we're going to have to change the line of scrimmage to a minus position. And if we're on offense, we're going to change it to a positive position. And I don't know how many people in the city of Ott believe that we're going to do that, but I know that there are some 49 to 51 players and 5 coaches who believe that we're going to go down there and do that this week.
And me.
Well, and you. I forgot to mention you. But we've worked hard this week, and we've changed our attitude a little bit, and people just need to see what we're doing out there, because it's hard for anybody to say, oh, 0-6 team is going to do that. But I've got enough confidence in us, in the kids that we've got, to believe we're going to do that.
Well, I do too, Coach, and I'm looking forward to it. And I know that, like I said, it's a long way to Bruton, but I'm looking forward to going. And before we go off tonight, I need somebody to check with my neighbor, Doyle Cassidy. He was out in the yard working today, and I'm proud. I would like to tell him right now that I'm proud to see him doing that because I keep my yard in good shape, Coach, and I keep it trimmed real well. But first time I've seen him out there working this year, but I'm proud of that. And we talked about cooking supper and all. My wife cooking, and one person I think that likes to cook more than my wife, and that's Mary Donaldson. So I'm sure she may cook something for her. So I'm gonna be ready to go Friday night. I got everything lined up now. I'm gonna be ready to go to Bruton Friday night. I'm looking for a big win, Coach Riggs. Any further comment?
No, I think Coach's right. We need to line up, knock crap out of them this week, and go get them and play hard 48 minutes. And we're gonna play what I used to call old time football this week. We're gonna jaw to jaw and hit them in the face, and by guys just go get them. And that's the way they play. They want to look you right now and knock you out of there. And I think it just boils down whether or not they can do it. We'll find out Friday night.
That old-timey football we used to sing on the bus. Give me that old-timey football.
And there ain't been no singing on our bus for a while. If we whip their rear end Friday night, there'll be some singing on the way home.
And my car, too. We'll sing on my car. We'll turn it on KMX, listen to the scores, and sing all the way back down.
You going to the ball game?
I'll be there with you. We'll be ready to go, won't we? We'll be there. And I got to leave early, though.
Long way down there.
All right. If any more comments, we'll see you next Tuesday night after the win over T.R. Miller.